check. One. Oh, there we go. How about now, Raul? Just give me a give me a thing. How about that? What happened was we had the power go out right before the broadcast started.
Has
so
you got audio output on the right one?
Yeah. Did you see it?
No.
Okay, you keep looking at it. Our producer's looking at it. There's a private chat there too. But yes, our power went out and now it's back on. So everybody should be hearing me. Let's just
looks like they can.
Thank you, Raul. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, Matt. Hi, Barbara. Okay, so I did introduce Vicky here, and now she's going to use her mic, and she'll be a voice off the air to give us our announcements. Take it away, Vic.
Hi, guys. Our shirts are ordered, and we're going to distribute them next week at our Bike in Coffee on the 13th. We also will have our end of season race on the 8th of May. It's the USA Fit Spring Challenge, and registration is open. Look in your newsletter to make sure to register for that as soon as you can. We need registers in by April 3rd.
And guys, let me just say, just register as soon as possible so we can order the shirts, the medals, and the trophies, but we need to get a count. So don't wait till the last minute. I know how it is in New Mexico. Believe me, we know with our contractor working on our kitchen. But Land of Mañana, try to, as soon as possible, register. Thank you, Julie, for registering already. We saw that. But so this way, the sooner we can do that, the sooner we can get the gear, all the bling ordered. Okay? Continue.
And once again, next weekend, March 13th, our social run will be at Old Town Farm, Bike and Coffee. They will have food that you can purchase. We're going to be distributing your shirts. You can hang out. They'll have live music. It's going to be wonderful. And we have Linda here from Bike and Coffee who will be speaking in a little while. And she can tell you all about the farm.
That's wonderful. Anything else, hon? No. And then, okay, I hope you guys, you know where you're going to be. Meet me, those guys at Boxing Bear. Whoever's going to show up. We have Matt and Barbara. You guys will be over at Kit Carson. It's supposed to be a lovely day tomorrow. So we're going to show, before we have our next guest on, I want to give her a little intro. So you're going to, okay, I'll do it. Share the screen. And this is a little intro to our next guest.
Second.
Watch this, you guys.
Yes, I'm a-talking. I'm a-walking and a-talking and a-squeaking and a-squawking, telling everyone I love her. She makes it easy. She likes to please me. I'm looking everybody right between the eyes, say I'm gonna love her till the day I die. Well, my gal, she don't like to drink, but when she do, it's funny. My gal's not the material type who spend up all your money. She's as pretty as an orchid in the middle of July. And if you'd ever kissed her, you'd know the reason why. I'm a-walking. Yes, I'm a-talking. I'm a-walking and a-talking and a-squeaking and a-squawking, telling everyone I love her. She makes it easy.
It's not going?
She likes to please me. I'm looking at everybody right between the eyes.
Sorry, guys.
I'm gonna love till the day I die. Mozart. Well, I picked her up for our first date and I wanted to impress her. I had a brand new coat and a brand new slacks and a turtleneck sweater. She showed up in a...
You know what, guys? I got to just show the beginning because it's such a pretty place. That was our fault on that. Look at this beautiful facility.
She likes to please me. I'm looking everybody right between the eyes, saying I'm gonna love her till the day I die. Well, my gal, she don't like to drink, but when she do, it's funny. My gal's not the material type who spend up all your money. She's as pretty as an orchid in the middle of...
Once again, oh my God. What happened?
You're on the wrong thing. Click over.
Joined.
Put me back on screen. All right.
Bob and Vicky Somala organizer joined.
Just show you that, especially from the beginning. We're still working out our bugs here. But let me, without further ado, bring on our guest, Linda Thorne, the owner of Old Town Farm and Bike and Coffee. Hi, Linda.
Hello.
There she is. Hi, Linda. It's wonderful to see you. Yeah.
Great.
And we love your facility. So I'm going to let you talk away. I'm going to give you the full screen and let us know the history of Bike and Coffee and take it away.
Gosh, okay. Well, this has been a farm for 500 years that we know of, and probably 1,000 years longer than that. But we have had Old Town Farm for 45 years now. And for the first 35 years, we were a horse farm. So we used to be a dressage farm. We trained and imported horses here, mostly from Germany, and had 35 horses here at one time, which was a lot because we're about a 12-acre farm. And about 10 years ago, when our daughter went away to college, we decided that we needed to kind of ease out of the horse business, which I'm here to tell you, you can't get out of the horse business very fast. It took us about 5 years to get out of the horse business. And once we did, we had built this just sweet, pretty place mostly for ourselves. And when all the horses were gone and all the people were gone, it really kind of seemed too empty. And so we decided that we needed to do something, and we bought a food truck, and Lanny and I decided we were just going to cook from. We've always had a big produce garden. And we thought, well, we'll just cook from our garden and we'll serve people because we're right on the bike path. And we used to take our produce down to the farmer's market downtown. And Lanny starts noticing that so many of the people coming to the farmer's market were coming on bicycles. And so he starts handing out our card and saying, you know, we're right on the bike path. And if you want this produce even fresher than this, just come visit us off the bike path. Well, boy, did people come start visiting us. And we started having people arrive on bikes with baskets and panniers and backpacks and everything you can imagine to carry produce. And we really started selling a lot of produce to cyclists. And so the more we thought about it, the more we thought, shoot, maybe cyclists is a business unto itself. And so we thought, all right, we had a CSA, which is community supported agriculture. So people bought baskets of produce from us each week. And we thought, well, let's just get our people who buy produce from us. And once a week, we'll all cook from the garden and have all the people who buy the produce come. And we actually started that because I have a sister who lived for many years in China. And she used to send me seeds from Chinese greens because there's 1,000 Chinese greens that none of us have ever heard of. And I'd try them out, and if they would grow here, then I found a company up in northwest United States where I could actually buy the seeds legally. And we would plant them. But we couldn't get our customers to try them because they had never heard of Jotsai or Komatsuna. And so we started cooking them for them, and they just went wild over them when they knew what to do with them. Well, that evolved into cyclists coming in for this once a week. We called it an afternoon tea party, and everybody would come to this food fest where we cooked from the garden. So Lanny and I had an opportunity to buy a food truck from an old friend of ours. And we thought, well, we'll just cook it in the food truck. And it turns out that Lanny and I had no idea what we were doing. And we opened one day and we were careening back and forth from the garden to the food truck, trying to, because people actually showed up, which actually was a little bit of a shock. And fortunately, a couple arrived that same day, the day we opened our food truck, who had ridden their bikes to Albuquerque from Anchorage, Alaska. And it was a sweet young couple who do nothing but literally ride their bikes around the world. And they showed up and said, you know, you two need to kind of get out of this truck and let us get in because we know what we're doing. And we were great. And we jumped out of the truck. They jumped in the truck. They really did know what they were doing. And they ended up staying for 6 months. And we had a little tiny guest house. They moved into the guest house. They helped us form the menu for Bike and Coffee. And it just took off from there. And it got so popular that we couldn't handle it with the food truck. And about 3 years ago, or maybe even 4 years ago, we thought, all right, we either have to take this seriously and do this and do it right, or bag it. And we decided to do it right, and we designed a really wonderful kitchen. And we built the kitchen, and I think 3 years ago was our first year in the kitchen. And it just exploded. We just had cyclists coming from everywhere. And we did a little research on it, and it's the only, it was, I don't know if it still is, but it's the only bicycle business, bicycle restaurant and facility that is intended just for cyclists. We do allow cars, we allow vehicles, but they're very secondary to our cyclists. Cyclists are our priority. And anyway, it just, and then I got to say, when COVID happened, we also do events at Old Town Farm, and we probably do about 60 events a year. Lots of weddings, lots of business meetings, lots of parties, all kinds of events here. And that was our main source of income. But Bike and Coffee was always kind of a nice little side thing to do. COVID happened, and we had to cancel all 60 events this year. And we were really concerned about what was going to happen. But because of COVID and because we're all outdoors, in fact, our motto this year is Bike and Coffee, socially distancing since 2012, because our tables have always been 20, 25 feet apart. And because we have so much space here on 12 acres, people can be as far from everybody else as they want to be. And so the Bike and Coffee business just exploded this year too because of over the last year because of COVID. And we're having the absolute time of our lives. We just love it.
Well, it is a wonderful facility, Linda. We discovered it ourselves, and now we want to introduce you to our group because bikers have a little more mobility than us, and runners, takes a little effort, but they're going to find out it's a very welcoming place. The social distancing thing you talked about, wonderful. I enjoyed it. So we want to thank you for allowing us to have our initial meetup over there. And we'll be there even before the bikers, so that's what's good. And then we'll do a short run, and then we'll be back supporting local. You guys, we want to support our local groups. And Linda and Lanny have been doing it for 12 years, and let's bring them some support. And you also have some wonderful local musicians there, which I am so happy. So the atmosphere of the whole thing is going to be wonderful. But
that's the other thing that happened because of COVID. We do bike-in concerts in our big barn here. Mm-hmm. But this year, we never really had music at Bike and Coffee. But because of COVID, musicians have nowhere to go. And
Absolutely.
Albuquerque's got spectacular musicians. And so we started getting calls from musicians saying, could we just come play because you're outdoors and we can do that? And we're sure, yeah, come. And now, I mean, we had 3 different bands today. We'll have 3 bands tomorrow. We'll have 3 bands on Sunday. And in April, when we open on Thursdays also. And for the rest of the season, from April on, we're open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We have 3 bands a day, every day that we're open. And they're great. They're just wonderful bands.
That is amazing, Linda. So thank you for welcoming us there. You're going to have some runners that are going to get to know you a little better. So I want to encourage you when we're there, come by and say hi to everybody.
Oh, absolutely. Our pleasure.
Yeah. You're going to love this group. It's right up your alley. And you even know some people in our group, I believe. So is there any last things you want to say, Linda?
Just that I failed to mention Chef David, who is, in my opinion, the best chef in New Mexico.
Oh.
And we are so lucky to have him. And he's here because he loves the farm and he loves the kitchen and he loves our customers. The people who come here, I'll tell you, this is just a happy place. And people who are here are happy people. And it makes for a really wonderful environment for an artist like Chef David Reyes, and we're just so lucky to have him.
Shout out to David, because I can attest, Vicki and I have been there more than once, and the food is fabulous. Really gourmet, off the stuff you don't normally see in New Mexico. The food and the beverages are wonderful, wonderful. So we are so looking forward to that. Let me ask you a question, Linda. I see there's like a large French doors off to it's probably to your left. Does that look out onto the property? Is that your house right there?
Yeah, we're kind of in what we call our sunroom and it looks out at the property. It's all window.
There you go.
Our house is almost all glass. And our upstairs, which really is all glass, just looks over the entire property. That way is the front pasture, where we get to look at all the crane in the front pasture and all the Canada.
We saw that.
So that's too.
Yeah, we saw the cranes there 2 weeks ago. They're regular visitors of your establishment too.
They're here all winter, and I have to say, we have about 18 crane in our front pasture all winter long. And just yesterday morning, we heard this huge racket early in the morning, and we went outside and looked up, and they were circling right over the house, making a huge racket. And they just got higher and higher and higher and higher, wow. And then flew north, and they're gone. Wow. But the pasture next door still has about 40 crane in it. All the Canada geese are gone. They left all during the last week.
I wonder, where do they go? They go south?
No, they're going to. In fact, the crane go to Grays Lake, Idaho. So these cranes, they've been coming to our front pasture for almost about 10 years now. And they used to all go down to Bosque del Apache. But I think they all just really looked down and thought, shoot, we don't need to go that far. We can just stay right here all winter. And they've been here for about the last 10 years, and we just relish them arriving each year. And it's really kind of sad when they leave.
Oh, well, we love them. That just adds to the character of your place. So, well, Linda, you will see us. I'll send you a reminder again, just to be prepared, because we'll probably have around 80 people show up. But we will have, shout out to my coaches and my pacers. We're going to get there early. I'm going to send you an email, because we're going to act as valets. We're going to carefully direct the cars, because unfortunately we won't have bikes, but we'll direct the cars to park in a safe place in the horse arena around the back. I'll have them there early so that we can get our runners safely parked and out of the way and out of sight too.
And just a reminder for all drivers to just go slow, because we do not only have a lot of cyclists here, but a lot of kids too. And so we ask people to be super careful when they drive in and drive out.
Yes. Okay, Linda, that's Linda Thorne from Old Town Farm Bike and Coffee. Thank you for being a guest, Linda, and I can't wait to see you next week.
All right. Thank you so much for having me. And we're really looking forward to seeing you all.
Thank you. Okay, guys. Now I got back up there down
Bob
here.
and Vicky Samala organizers screen joined.
Where's the share screen? Where's the share screen? There. Sorry, guys. Here we go. Full screen it. Play it from. Okay, I don't know if that came on the screen, but you guys go to the website. That was a little video I did from Matt. He's kind of like a secret agent, and it's called Matt Glasier, man from HNS. Okay, let's
Workout app.
cut it.
Workouts.
Hang on there, guys. Okay, there we go. So without further ado, Matt, I didn't do you justice, but I'm going to bring on our friend from Heart and Soul. Let's bring on Matt.
Oh, okay.
You probably have to
Here
lower.
I am. I don't want to just babble. There we are.
Why you on your voice?
All right, terrific. Hey, well, first,
Hi.
USA Fit, Bob and Vicky, thank you so much for including us in these broadcasts. I'm going to walk you around slowly because we've got a lot of wonderful new stuff to show you. So many of you have shopped with us over the years. We're now 21 years here in Albuquerque. We celebrated the 21st anniversary on Valentine's Day, and we're here because of folks like you who continue to shop with us and keep us going and help us grow. Brooks line, we've expanded our Hoka line. We've also brought in these terrific shoes from Diodora. They're really terrific, nicely cushioned, very stable, pretty stylish because they're Italian made. And we Italians know what they're doing with stuff like that. We carry a huge line now of most of the major high performance shoes, the carbon forefoot, the high performance racing shoes, and everything else, so that when it's time for race day, come in and take a look at what we've got. they're really special. And this new genre of high performance shoes is terrific. It's very comfortable. It's so much better than the good old days of the T7 Racer and the ST5 and stuff, which are horrible, beat up your feet and one and done kind of shoes. So yeah, that's terrific. I'm going to walk you over here without trying to make you too dizzy. If you haven't been in the store for a while, Julian, who you're going to talk to here in a couple of minutes, designs all of these shirts. And we do all of these designs in-house. They're unique to us. And he's the artist behind it. He prepares every season kind of a new look. And boy, we've got lots. They're real nice. They're very unique and very special. He brought back the Run New Mexico license plate on some high performance shirts. And here we got all this wonderful stuff from Brooks. Their apparel line is really great, including the Carbonite line of very lightweight, high visibility apparel. Ladies, we've got all this stuff for you. I don't know anything about it, but I'm hoping that you do. Women's tights and shorts. So yeah, we've added a lot of stuff, and we hope you get the chance to come in and see it. Also, we're always still doing the same deal with gait analysis, injury prevention, and injury response. We all are ever at risk with plantar fasciitis issues, tendon issues, knee problems, and we're very well versed in how to help you get past those, especially with footwear, arch support, and like therapeutic devices like self-massage or compression that help reduce inflammation and help you keep going. All right. One thing, a couple of things. We do have our Facebook page, Heart and Soul Sports Albuquerque. We post a lot of information. We have Instagram. Julian does a lot of that work, so you can find that address on our Facebook page. And we have a website where we can do some shoe ordering and order a lot of other stuff. And that is heartandsoulsports.net. Okay, and it's spelled out HEARTNAND soulsports.net. All right, and if you have any questions, you can post them on Facebook, you can Instagram them, you can call the stores. And we have two stores, the San Mateo stores at 2817 San Mateo Boulevard. And the Eubank store is at the southwest corner of Eubank and Comanche. Phone number here at San Mateo, 505-884-7653. And at Eubank, it's 505-292-4744. If you didn't write that down, well, you can just look us up on Google, and we've got it all there.
Hey, Matt, right. Can you hear me?
And if you have any questions, call us, text us, post it on Facebook, and we'll get you answers. We're completely open for business. We do have occupancy limits, but and of course we require masks. So we've been able to help everybody, and business has been wonderful. People are really enjoying going out and running, and enjoying, especially now that the weather's warmer and you guys are training.
Hey, Matt.
All right, Bob. That's all I want to babble about, and I'd like to let you spend a little time with Julian.
Hey, listen, Matt.
Julian Florez, one of our coworkers, our artist, one of the buyers, and a class runner. So, when you get the switch done, would like to talk to him.
Hey, Matt, can you hear me? Matt, unfortunately, guys, and I am going to apologize for this, but we lost Julian. And I'm trying to get to Matt. Matt, can you hear me? Maybe you can. Julian is next door to you, and I'm wondering, maybe make a sign.
You must not have the right update.
Hey guys out there, let me know if you can hear me. Just send a chat over there. I'm talking and I'm singing, and just let me know. We've been having some power out. My power's been going on and off. It says that I have connection there. That's not it. That should be it. Hello, check. Matt, can you hear me? Oh, Dan can hear me. Dan, that was a thumbs up, right? You can hear me. Okay. So Matt can't hear me for some reason, but Matt, we can't.
Yeah.
Julian lost his connection, and we just lost Matt's connection. So I'm going to say, you guys hop back on as soon as you can, and I'm going to move on to our coaches talk. I'm going to text Matt. Let's text Matt, but let's send up the intro for Coach Dan, and I'm going to test. Okay, everybody. Okay, now you can hear me. Julian, you're here. I came on the work computer, but I don't see you. Just try to log on again, and we will get you. Well, I just want to keep the show moving, so I'm going to move to Coach Dan. Sorry. I think we have to hire a whole crew, Vicky, because this is a lot of work the more we try to put in here. So check this out real quick. There he is. Oh, Dan, what a day we're having here this night. First, and I want to apologize.
I didn't hear the intro.
You didn't even see it? Oh my goodness. Oh, there's a
Well, I saw
delay.
someone tying their shoes, but it wasn't me.
You sure? It had the pink shoes,
Yeah.
I think. Thought it was. So everybody, Coach Dan.
I wore those ones out.
Coach Dan, he's our 5 and 10K coach, and he's doing there's Barbara saying hi, Dan. Ted, B, we can hear you. Janet, I hear you. Good. It's this internet stuff. I don't know, it messes us all up. But Dan, I remember when I first met you, a lot of people have heard that story, but your topic today is motivation, something I always need a lot of. So want me to let you talk for a while and then we'll interact, okay?
Sure, no problem.
Take it away.
So I've been sitting here waiting for about 30 minutes for my time to talk. And when I first started, I was real excited, and now it's almost nap time for me. It's almost beer 30. But I wanted to just tell everyone, thank Bob and Vicky for everything they do for us. We thank all the coaches, the Pacers. Without all you guys, we wouldn't even have a group. But more important, to thank all the members. It takes a lot of work to get up every morning or on every Saturday morning and get ready, and everyone just shows up like clockwork. It's pretty exciting. So when Bob asked me to, asked all the coaches, hey, we're going to do this thing on Friday nights. We're going to put together a coaches talk. You can talk about whatever you want. And so I'm thinking, well, what am I good at? Well, I'm good at talking. That's about it. It's kind of hard to draw from nobody in the room. I'm sitting in my living room all by myself, but I usually draw from people, and I use people's energy and try to give it back. But, as coaches, we can talk about X's and O's. We can talk about everything you need to do to get prepared. We talk about, your heart rates and your cadence and your running at a tempo pace and running in zone 3 and your heart intervals and, staying hydrated and wearing proper shoes, nutrition. There's you can go on and on and on about all these things we're supposed to do. But guess what? If you don't feel like it, all those things don't mean anything. You have to be really motivated, and you have to have that desire to come up, to get up every morning and go for your weekly runs, to show up on Saturday And you know what? We don't always feel great. We don't always feel like doing it. And so, what do you do when you're not motivated? It happens to me. It happens to everybody. I would bet money it happens to Bob. But you know what? We still show up anyway, and we just put the work in, and it just happens. You follow the process like you're baking a cake, and you do your midweek runs. You try to eat right. You change your habits, and next thing you know, you're like me, and you go from being a non-runner to being a runner, and you're like, hey, how did I get here? Well, I got here because I followed the program, and the program works. And so I'm so grateful for USA Fit for helping me personally, that I'm here to try to help and motivate, give everyone back. Most people don't know where I came from. I'm not going to tell the story about how I got in a wreck and got injured and overcame all that stuff, because that's already old news. But 20 years ago, when I was a young man, like a lot of our members here, I used to run. I ran all the time. I was a gym rat, played a lot of basketball. I did all kinds of physical stuff, rode my bike. I did some triathlons, and I never considered myself a runner. And I was looking back, I'm like, well, how fast did I used to run? I used to run a 7 to 8 minute mile like it was no big deal. And I was one of the slow guys. I'd never even thought about that. And so now when I started to come back a few years ago running, I'm like, wow, my expectations were up here. My ability was, you can't see my hands, but my ability was way down there. So I got humbled right away when I came back, and I'm like, wow, I'm not 30 years old anymore. I can't run those 8 minute miles. What can I run? Well, I was barely even able to run. And so I just worked hard, and it all comes down to it. Everyone says, oh, running, it's all mental. It's all mental. Well, it's really not mental. It's really about your heart. It's about your desire. It's about set that goal, and I'm gonna get there. And it doesn't matter how long it takes you. We have running groups that run in the 7s and 8s. We have pace groups in the 9s and 10s. When I started, I think the last group was 13 minutes, and I couldn't even keep up with the 13-minute group. I ran by myself for the first season and a half, almost 2 seasons, because I couldn't keep up with anybody. And I didn't get discouraged. I got motivated. Because I failed, I was like, well, I'm not really failing. I haven't got there yet. I've got to put the work in. And when I say humbling, where I came from 20 years ago, being able to do all kinds of physical stuff, to being able to hardly do anything, barely walk. It was really tough, but I put the work in. I did everything I was supposed to do, and eventually I got to my first race. It was a 5K. I was excited. I'm real motivated. Everything's going great. I've been in the program for about a month. I knew I could do the distance, and I showed up with a group of people from work, and I'm talking to one of my buddies, and he looks at me. He says, "You're walking, right?" And I says, "No, I'm going to run." He says, "You think you could make it?" And this is like a minute before the starting time. I'm like, "You don't think I could make it, really?" He's like, "Well, I don't know. Can you?" I said, "Well, let's find out." And so I gave it all I had, and I ran and ran and ran. And I came in, I finished. I was like 44 minutes in a 5K. I didn't care because I finished. I was so motivated that I was able to run 3 miles without stopping. Well, I stopped once because I couldn't breathe, but just for a little bit. I was so excited. I didn't care about the time. I set a goal. I made it. I did it. And I was sore for like 2 weeks after. It was terrible, but I did it. But what really threw me is right before the race, my friend says, are you even going to be able to do it? I'm like, holy cow, no one believes in me anymore. And so from going from an athlete that I used to be 175 pounds, used to be able to walk around with my shirt off, and to look at where I'm at now, it's like, oh, what happened? But I'm the same guy inside. I just got an old exterior now, a little bit bigger than I used to be. But we're working on that. So really, if I could give anybody advice, everybody has, the cross to bear. Everybody has a story. Everybody doesn't show up every Saturday all happy and bubbly, But the key is show up. Just show up, and if you have a bad run, I had a bad run last weekend, but it's okay. The people I ran with, they had great runs. And so I use that energy from them to say, we're going to come back and do it again. What's a bad run? A bad run is when you don't meet your expectations. We all set expectations really high, like, no one ever gets up and says, oh, I'm going to go run. I'm going to suck today. Everyone says, I'm going to get up. I'm going to go do the best I can, and I'm going to have a great run. And when the run turns out it hurts, or you're not, you're having issues, finish the run. Be with your group, get that energy. And if you're having a good run and you see somebody that might be struggling, share your goodness with them, and everybody will have a great run together. And that's all I can say. Our strength of our group is the group itself. It's not me, it's not Bob, it's not the coaches, it's the members. The energy comes from the members that show up. They do the week, they're showing up at Academy. We're gonna start showing up and doing training sessions. They show up in Rio Rancho. We have all these little groups that run. They run on their own. They post them all the time. That's where the real strength of our group is. It's in the members. And just everyone, when you have a bad day, it's okay. It's okay to fail a little bit.
You got that
just
right.
Pick yourself up and keep on going.
Absolutely. What Dan was saying. Can you hear me, Dan?
I can hear you fine. Yeah.
Okay, good. Just making sure because things are going. And Serena, that's what it's about. Sid, respect brother, and brother Dan. But what Dan is saying is, you guys out there members of our group, you support each other. Everybody's accountable, and that's what makes you want to come out there. So we encourage that. Mm-hmm. Some people are still running by themselves, but you know what? Dan and I and your coaches and pacers, we happily will run with you just to get you in the mix. Because yes, you got it, Ted. Running friends are great friends, but Dan touched on a lot of it. I mean, so keep coming out. Sometimes the workouts are hard, but you know what? For those runs that you guys do, that you hit a milestone, you make a breakthrough. It's because of all the friends around you. And we've just seen too much of it, right, Brother Dan?
That's right. And one thing to kind of make a happy story, the last 5K I ran I almost broke 30 minutes.
Wow.
It was before I hurt my knee. It was before I hurt my knee, and I can't do it right now. But I went from a 44-minute 5K to almost a 30-minute 5K because of the group. And 30 minutes isn't really anything to brag about, but for me, woohoo!
No, 30 minutes is not bad, Dano. Don't minimize that. That's great, Matt. Thank you for the motivation. Yes, Brenda says hi. That's wonderful. So everybody, I think we have that. That's our coach, Dan. He has a wonderful group. I've been watching you, Dan, the past 2 seasons. The group of runners you have with you, they've become so tight and so close. And I've seen them for myself, how they motivate each other. And even when you're injured and you have to follow them on a bike, I've seen it because I ran a couple of times with them. Like Barbara, you're one of the big ones that are, is living proof of what Dan is saying. And Dan is quite a motivator in itself. So kudos to you, Coach. Keep that up. But what would you say to your group right now?
You know what? I'm so proud of my group. Everyone just shows up. Just show up and do it. Like Yoda says, don't try. There's no try. There's only do. My group is, we're not the fastest group in the whole club, but I think we're the best group. We work just as hard as everybody else.
Shall I start calling you Yoda? Okay, that's the challenge, you guys. If you could prove that you watch this show by calling Coach Dan, I don't care what group you're in. If you're over at you guys are at Kit, right? Kit Carson, call him Yoda, and Dan is going to tell me how many people called him Yoda, and maybe we'll give out a prize to the to the first person who remembers to call him Yoda. Well, Dan, thank you. Thanks for being my friend too. That relationship we have, it just helps our group keep going. You're a lot of inspiration to me as well. So let's,
the friendships that I've made with this group are fantastic. I wouldn't trade it for anything. It's been, the motto of our group is, change your life. Well, it's changed my life.
There you go. Okay. Our video. We're going to have right after this. Thank you, Dano. We're going to have Matt is back on. We got him on the live stream. But let's just send him. Okay, let's just bring Matt up. You're taking too long there. There we go, Matt. Julian said he changed computers. He messaged us.
Julian.
That's not Julian. That's
Oh,
Matt.
that's Matt.
Matt, can you hear me? Oh, he's muted. Matt is muted. Unmute him. There you go. Matt, can you hear us?
Matt, can you hear us? Yes, I can hear you just fine. Yeah.
Do you have Julian there?
Yeah, I'm going to walk away from Julian's computer.
Yeah, because we got a message from him, and somehow it said to working.
Yeah, I've lost. I can't hear you now, there, Bob.
But we have your connection. Check my mic one more time. Everybody seems to be hearing us out on everybody seems to be hearing us out in LiveStream
Okay.
land.
You know what, Bob? Maybe we need to do this another time because we seem to be having constant communication issues.
We can do
Right
that,
now,
Matt.
I can't hear you. I know you're speaking, but I can't hear you.
Okay, we can do that, Matt. I'll text you. Okay, I will text you. So let everybody say goodbye to Matt. I'll have some suggestions for you to use, like headphones. But okay, so we're getting ready to close our show, but I want to encourage a couple of people. A lot of the stuff, the closing video, a lot of the stuff that Dano said, take it to heart. We love seeing you. Somebody texted me. I couldn't see it right now. But yes, the two locations are Boxing Bear and Kit Carson. So Kit Carson is going to be the 8:30, 9, and 10 group, and Dano's group, the 12:30-ish group. And over at Boxing Bear, it's going to be the 9:30. The 10:30, but Kevin is out of town this week, and what do you call it? We're gonna work that out. So please show up. We have Janet at the 11:30. I did the 11:30, more like 12 group. I'll give you a warning though. I've been having issues all day with my stomach, and I don't want to get all into that. So I am definitely gonna be there, but. I don't know if I'll make 7 miles tomorrow. I might be on a bike, but but I will be there for you guys. So that's our show. Listen, shout out right now, whoever's on there. Last chance to show out a little chat there. Tell us what you're chatting on, whether you're streaming it on Facebook or YouTube or whatever. Matt, that's a nice face that you have there. What is that? Show that on the stream. That's a funny face, Matt. But thanks again. That's our own coach, Matt Massey. Oh, by the way, last thing. So we did have track workout. It was pretty nice, and I think if the weather's even nicer, just show up. It's at Taft Middle School for those who haven't. And we had a nice turnout on our Thursday night run. Sam, thank you, Sammy. I just saw your text. Love it if you can help out. YouTube, thank you, Janet, Lakaya, great job, everyone. Barbara, YouTube, Janet, YouTube, excellent. Ted, YouTube, excellent. That's great. So hopefully, are you guys getting excited for next week at Bike and Coffee? That's a wonderful location. Let me show you real quick behind the scenes. I don't know if is that camera still going? I don't think it's still going. I'll show you another time. Don't worry about it. But that's our show, folks. YouTube said wonderful. I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Oh, don't forget to sign up for the race as soon as possible. Thanks, guys. Good night. Say good night, Vicky.
Good night, Vicky.
Good night, Vicky.
If ever I had a video,
Halfway, Debbie. Good job.
would you dance?
Way to go. Doing great.
Oh, sunshine.
Yes.
You are my sunshine. Let it in. Let it in. Oh, sunshine. You are my sunshine. Let it in. Let it in.
The guys don't do that. The girls always
dancing with some other man. I wanna see where this goes. I need a light to see